Hey there, and welcome. So, are you ready to build your ultimate toolkit for those first conversations in English? Here's the game plan. We're going to give you the key phrases and rules you need to walk into any introduction feeling totally confident. So, let's dive right in. Okay, so let's get one thing straight. If you feel a little nervous about speaking to someone new in English, you're not alone. That's totally normal. But the great thing is, we can absolutely fix that. By the end of this, you're going to have all the tools you need. So here's our roadmap for today. First up, we're going to cover the essential questions to get any chat started. Then we'll build you what I like to call a communication safety net for those moments when you might get a little stuck. After that, we'll get into some pro tips for writing, and finally, we'll put it all together so you can create your own personal profile. All right, let's jump into part one, asking the right questions. Think of this as your absolute essential starter kit. Seriously, these questions are going to be your best friends when you meet someone new. Okay, so what we've got here are the 8 key questions that are going to kick off basically any conversation you can think of. Getting these down is going to make a huge difference in how prepared you feel. So check this out. For every little piece of info you might want, there's a perfect question and a super common answer. We've got the basics, right? Like asking for a name, where someone's from, what they do for a living. This is really the bread and butter stuff, you know? It helps you build a mental picture of who you're talking to. Now, here's a really important cultural tip. The question, how old are you, is in our toolkit, but you got to be a little careful with this one. In a lot of English-speaking places, asking about age, especially in a formal or professional setting, can come across as a bit rude or too personal. So you just have to read the room, you know? Okay, so you've kicked off the conversation, it's going great, and then bam, you miss something. What do? First rule, don't panic. This next section is all about building your communications safety net, full of phrases to help you get right back on track. So let's say you just didn't quite catch what they said. Maybe a word was mumbled. These 2 little words are your best friends. A simple sorry or pardon is all you need. Just make sure you say it with a rising intonation, kind of like a question. It's quick, polite, and it works every time. Okay, but what if you need more than just one word repeated? What if you need the whole thing again? Can you repeat that, please, is your go-to phrase. It's super polite, it's crystal clear, and it shows that you're actually listening and you really want to understand. Oh, this one might be the most valuable one in your entire safety net. Seriously, native speakers, yeah, we have a bad habit of talking a mile a minute without even realizing it. You are totally allowed to be the one who controls the speed of the chat. Asking, could you speak more slowly, please, is a perfectly fine and polite thing to do. Okay, this is a big one. You're getting someone's name, their email address. You have to get it right, right? So this question is absolutely essential. How do you spell that? Don't be afraid to ask. And look, don't ever forget this. Every time you get confused, it's actually a chance to learn something new. So you hear a word you've never heard before, like surname. Don't just nod. Ask, what does surname mean? Trust me, most people are more than happy to help you out. All right, let's switch gears for a second. We've talked a lot about speaking, now let's talk about writing. And no, don't worry, this isn't going to be some boring grammar lesson. Think of these as pro tips, the little things that make your writing look super polished and professional. Okay, so we've got 5 golden rules for capitals. That's it, just 5. First, the start of any sentence. That's an easy one. Second, the word I, and we'll talk more about that one in a sec. Third, names of people and places. Think John, Paris. Fourth, days, month, and holidays, like Monday or December. And last but not least, nationalities and languages. Okay, let's talk about that I rule for a second, because this one is kind of weird and it's pretty unique to English. Anytime you're talking about yourself, I think, I am, that I is always a capital letter. Seriously, no exceptions. And here's another one that's super easy to trip up on. Languages and nationalities, they always get a capital. Always. So whether it's Spanish, French, American, or Japanese, you gotta capitalize it. It's just how we do it in English. Okay, here's a little insider tip for you. This is a super common mistake, so listen up. We capitalize months, right? Like July. And we capitalize holidays, like Christmas. But we do not capitalize the seasons. Yep, summer, winter, autumn, spring, they all get a lowercase letter. All right, this is where it all comes together. It's time to take everything we've just learned, the questions, the safety net, the writing tips, and put it all into practice. We're going to build a short, sweet, and super effective personal profile. And the structure for this? It couldn't be easier. You just start with an introduction, your name, maybe your age. Then a little background, where you're from. After that, what you do, your job, or if you're a student. And you wrap it up with some of your interests or hobbies. See? 4 easy steps. So let's see what that looks like in the real world. My name is Alejandro, and I am 25 years old. I am from Valencia, Spain, but I live in London now. I am a student. I like playing tennis on Saturdays. See how that flows? It follows that 4-part structure perfectly. It's clear, it's not too long, and it gives you a really great snapshot of who he is. And look, this is where we see those pro tips on capitalization really shine. Check out all the capitals here. My at the very beginning of the sentence, I is always capitalized. Of course, all the names, Alejandro, Valencia, Spain, London, and even Saturdays, because it's a day of the week. See, it all just clicks into place. And there you have it. You've officially got the full toolkit, the questions to ask, the phrases for when you're stuck, and the tips to make your writing look great. The only thing left to do now is to actually use it. So what do you say? Why not give it a shot? Jump into the comments below and write your own little personal profile. I would absolutely love to read them.